though some moisture is in the forecast, it would seem our ongoing drought would mean we would all have less yard work to do. But that is not quite how it works. Aaron Breen joins us from Southwest Reno with a look at how less water is adding up to more yard work if you want to keep your yard healthy during the drought. Aaron?
Well, Wendy, you're right. It does seem like less water would help things grow a little slowly, and maybe we wouldn't have as much work. But as you said, less water actually means you got to pay much more attention to your yard to keep it healthy in a drought, and that is putting a lot of professional arborists to work. Let's cut right to it, shall we? My yard is about a decade overdue for a good tree trimming, and I was surprised that it took over a month to get on the schedule. That's how busy arborists are in this drought.
We're getting a lot more calls for service, for diagnosis, dieback, root rot. A lot of people are trying to save money with the drought too, so they're neglecting their trees a little bit, and it's never good.
In fact, in a drought, you need to pay even more attention to your trees. Dead wood needs to be cut out and disposed of. And you need to consider your watering regime. Different trees have different requirements, and if they die off, they won't come back, like grass can. So, depending on the sprinkler is never enough. And keep in mind, weak roots on any tree, anywhere, can lead to disaster. Like this tragedy in Pasadena this week, where 8 children were hurt when a tree fell over outside of a museum. So always maintain anchor roots. A strong wind can take down a big tree if it isn't anchored.
You have your feeder roots, the ones that soak up nutrients and water to the tree, and then there's anchor roots. You want to encourage that deep root growth to maintain a steady platform, but also keep the tree healthy.
And I'll be the first one to tell you, it is not cheap to call in a professional arborist and have all of your trees trimmed up, but you know what? It is worth keeping them healthy through the drought, no matter how long that lasts. Covering the story, Aaron Breen, Channel 2 News.
Yeah, good point, Aaron. Thank you. And impacts from the drought can certainly be felt throughout the Truckee Meadows region. Today, experts talked about our water demand and the new growth pattern we're seeing in this area. Amanda Ketchledge joins us now live in one of the neighborhoods in the Damani Ranch area with more on that. Amanda?
That's right, Kristen. Well, as the Truckee Meadows continues to grow, you think we would be using more water, but in fact, we're actually seeing significant reductions, like people putting in xeriscaping, and one developer is doing just that after seeing a lot of water go to waste.
The vast majority, as a matter of fact, somewhere between 75 and 80%, I believe, of the water allocated to a single-family residential unit, which we have to supply, goes to the landscaping.
Perry DiLoretto builds properties while staying water conscious. The front lawns of DiLoretto's homes are required to be desert landscaping. He says a vast majority of his customers have chosen to do the same landscape treatment in their backyards with xeriscaping and drought-tolerant plants. Overall, in the Truckee Meadows, experts say 10% of water reductions are helping our water supply. Rains in May and June have helped delay Stampede and Independence reservoirs from being drawn from.
We're now heading into fall, so we're very optimistic about our water supply, at least for the remainder of this year. Anticipating a lot of snow this upcoming season, but it remains to be seen.
And even though experts are depending on a good snowfall for this winter, they say that we need to do all we can to save water. Covering the story, Amanda Ketchledge, Channel 2 News.